So I had a bright idea. Shout out to the artist and MC because he's partly responsible for this idea. Um, I've been trying to figure out what I want to do with my YouTube page for a while. Honestly, since I started creating content, I've been trying to figure out what my shtick would be. Sorry, putting on some hand sanitizer. Even though I just left the house and I washed my hands when I was in the house, I'm putting hand sanitizer on because when you leave and you go out into the world, I just feel like it's important to do that. So yeah, I have hand sanitizer in my car, in my purse, at my desk. I'm a firm believer in washing your hands whenever there's a sink and soap. But after I do that, I always use hand sanitizer when I'm out and about. Just because to me, the washing of the hands is good. But I like to put lotion on also. So before I put the lotion on, I do the hand sani. Anyway, y'all didn't come here for that. That's not what I was here to talk about this morning. Back to what I was saying before, which is that I've been trying to figure out what my niche would be in content creation. And I started thinking about, like, okay, what do I have a lot of and what can I talk about for hours on end? Just ad nauseum. What can I talk about that I'm very passionate about? And where those two roads meet is music. I have a ton of CDs and tapes. One might call me a collector. You could call me a collector. But more importantly than me being a collector, you wasn't supposed to go. You were supposed to wait for me because it's a four-way stop. But okay, it's cool. I'm on my way to work. Hey, this is Nicole One. Good morning. So anyway, music. I have a shit ton of CDs and tapes, and I was like, you know what? I don't know how copyright strikes work and if they matter if you own the music that you're talking about because you bought it. Because I know you can't do that anymore, really. Like, you have a hard time finding a hard copy of music that folks put out because everybody streams their music. Well, I'm somebody who grew up taking pride in owning the stuff that I was consuming. So, like, I grew up in the CD era. Now, was I alive and here for when people were buying tapes and listening to tapes? Absolutely. But most of my growing up centered around CDs. And, like, we would go to the mall and buy CDs. And every week, like, that was my thing. I would be at Sam Goody looking at the singles wall, checking out whatever I wanted to get. And it was exciting. Like, I was excited to get that stuff and, like, add to my collection every week. Now, have I lost some along the way? Sure. Have some been stolen from me? Absolutely. But for the most part, I've maintained most of what I have purchased through the years. Which brings me to where I am today in terms of, okay, I think I'm going to start giving y'all content based on the music that I own. Because, yeah, we could talk about the music that we've heard and we liked and we know, but I think it puts a little bit of a different spin on it if I can pull out something like this, you know, the album art. And since my good sis's birthday just passed, I figured it would be a good idea to start with Mariah. Mariah Carey is my favorite singer. You may not know that because you and I just might not be that close. But Mariah Carey is my favorite singer. Anybody who knows me knows that about me. And putting on some moisturizer. because now that I've just hand sanitized my hands, now they're dry. But yeah, Mariah Carey has been my favorite singer since anybody could have a favorite singer. Like, so yeah. I love me some Mariah Carey. Like, she's my hands down top favorite. Yes, I love other singers. Yes, I enjoy listening to other singers' music, but Mariah Carey, hands down. I'm going through this light even though it's yellow and it just turned red. Yeah, she's my favorite. So I figured that would be a great place to start. And instead of starting with one of her albums, I'm starting with the I Still Believe single, which she did the traditional version that she did a cover of Brenda K. Starr, who, if you don't know, that's where Mariah Carey got her start, singing background vocals for Brenda K. Starr. So this was sort of like an homage to Brenda K. Starr, but it was also a cute little moment for Mariah Carey to get off, like, all right, this is where I started, this is what I learned, and this is how I'm putting or applying what I've learned to what I can do as a singer. And then she also did a remix. So here's the art that came along with it. And yes, so she did a remix of this as well, which came out pretty good. Like, it's a pretty good track, not gonna lie. This is the original. So I'm not going to play a whole lot of it because I don't want to get copyright stricken for doing so. But yeah, I just thought it would be a cool idea to come up here and just talk to you guys a little bit about some of my favorites, maybe some of my not so favorites. I don't claim to know everything about all of the albums that I own, so it's not coming from that place. See, here's the remix. See, a lot of people don't know about the remixes and B-sides that Mariah Carey has. Y'all think she just dibbled and dabbled in hip-hop, and that was never the case. Homegirl loves her some hip-hop, and she did a really good job of putting that in the forefront of her music. She did a really good job of, like, showing people, like, hey, yeah, adding a rapper to this would be great, but it comes from a place of love. Like, I think it has a lot to do with the time in which Mariah Carey grew up. She grew up when hip-hop was getting its footing, and so it's hard to grow up in the tri-state area and not have some of that be imprinted upon you. Divine Demon 86. I don't know who you are, but hi. You said I ain't seen you in these YouTube streets in forever. I've been here. But you know, if you're not a messy person in YouTube, you don't keep a high profile. And that's because I choose not to be. I got other things going on in my life than to be a messy broad on YouTube. So I just go to the places where I have a good time and I like what they talking about. Like the Drip Nation. I love what Drip and Shanika are doing over there on the plug. You know, there's Passport OG is doing amazing work per usual. I still tap in with BGS here and there as well. He's a staple in my YouTube street roaming. But yeah, you know, I am not someone who stays in a whole lot of drama or wants to be a part of the mess, so to speak. So that might be why you haven't seen me. Hey, Mark Nash in the building. Hope you have a wonderful and productive day. Same to you, sir. Same to you. Yeah, she always did want to be a part of the hip-hop world, but I argue that she made herself a part of it. She totally earned her space in hip-hop. Good morning, AB Media. AB Media in the building. So yeah, I mean, I love Mariah Carey's voice. You're never gonna get me to say anything bad about it. Like a dance remix to her songs too. So it's like there's a dance remix to I Still Believe on here as well. That's the third track on this CD single. That's another thing. You get a CD single and you would usually get the original version and maybe an instrumental, or the original version and a remix and maybe the instrumental. You know, back when you would pay this money, but you would get more than your money's worth. Like, that was a normal occurrence back in the day. Now it's like everything is streaming, so you pay a streaming service fee every month, but you're just borrowing the music. You're not actually holding on to it. Like, I'm actually holding on to it. I'm gonna be honest, I was never a fan of the dance remix. You know, it serves its purpose and it's for a certain demographic, but I was never really into the dance remixes of it all. This is the one that she did with Bone Thugs. So, all right, I'm gonna show you the actual CD so you can see it, and then I'm gonna get on out of y'all's way. So you see, this is the Mariah Carey I Still Believe CD single with remixes. I don't know if y'all can read that. Hopefully you can. If you can't, I'm sorry, I'm driving. But I think I'm gonna keep doing this in the car because I have a CD player in the car. But when I get to the tapes, because I'm gonna also do some of my tapes. When I get to the tape aspect of things, I will do it from in the house because I have a tape deck in the house. I do not have a tape player in my car. If I did, I would do it in the car too. And I'm not against that, mind you. Like, I know that that's something of the past where people don't have tape players in their cars anymore. But if I could have a car with a tape player and a CD player, you wouldn't be able to tell me nothing, y'all. Like, at all. You wouldn't be able to tell me ish. Because I love a good let's go back nostalgic moment. And there's tapes that I have that came out before I was born. So it's not even about it having sentimental value to me in a way that connects to my upbringing or childhood. It's really about loving the music. And so I figured that would be a great way to like give you guys some insight into who I am and what I love, and you know, how I came to be this beautiful person that you see. I can't read what you guys are saying right now, but when I come to a stop, I will. I'm currently on 280 going about 80 miles per hour, so me looking down and reading texts or comments is probably not the best thing for me to do at this moment. But yeah, awesome. I feel so privileged to have such an expansive collection of music by way of CD and tape. Now, I also had a pretty impressive library on my laptop as well, but that laptop, unfortunately, like, I had put a password on it and forgot the password, so I had to factory reset it, and when I did that, obviously I lost all my files. So all the stuff that I had like downloaded from like Napster and LimeWire and BearShare and Pirate Bay, like all that stuff got lost. You know, but it is cool because it'll live in my memory, and if I ever come across that music again, it will hit the same, maybe even harder because I don't have it anymore. But you know, I'm still grateful for at least having access to it at the time that I did. People will tell you that in college I used to be the DJ because I was the one downloading all that stuff and playing it for our quote unquote house parties, because we didn't live in houses, we were living in the dorms. But you know, some of the dorms were apartments, and in those apartments you would have enough space to actually do like a party. So yeah, good times. I'm gonna come to you guys with this again tomorrow with a new CD and somebody different, and we'll talk about what I know about it and how I came to love it, or whatever, however the conversation goes. But yeah, this is my idea. My idea is that I'll come to you guys and I'll do a specific album and focus on, you know, if there's any story behind me acquiring that album and what the music means to me. Because I feel like music is one of those things that connects different cultures, right? We may not have cultural similarities, but we may have musical similarities, things that we enjoy that we can find some commonality with. And because I have so much of it, I feel like, what else am I doing besides keeping them in Case Logics? I have all my CDs, most of them. There are some CDs that I didn't put in one of my folders. I eventually stopped buying them, to be honest. So some of them are still in their the case that I bought them in. Like, I still have an unopened Kanye West 808s and Heartbreak CD. I have the CD loose, but I bought another one because I fucked with the album so hard. I was like, I'm going to buy this and not open it, so it's still in that plastic that's hard to open. You know how when you buy a CD and you struggle with opening the plastic wrapper? It's still in that. So yeah, there's lots of CDs that I have to go through. This will give me content for years. That's how many CDs I have. Like, if I did a new CD every day of the week for a year, I'd still have more. I'd have enough. I think the amount of CDs I have, I could easily do 3 years worth of content if I did one a day. That's how many CDs I have. Now, I was also thinking about doing something along the lines of like compilations, because I have some compilations as well. So like that would entail discussing many different artists. But we'll see. We'll see. I'll listen to what you guys have to say. 808s was a classic. Yes, it was. I do miss Maxi Singles. Yes. Good morning, Third Ward. He's probably not in here still. I just use the YouTube playlist for my songs now. Yeah, see, and to me that's kind of lazy. I'm gonna be honest. Um, I'm gonna be honest. It's a little lazy. It's like, I guess I'm a little bit of a purist when it comes to that. That's why I kind of feel like, yo, I don't know. I just want. Look, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna pull it out because I'm at a red light. You see? You see this? This is one of my very first ones. This is not the only one. It's just one of my very first ones. And I randomly went in here and pulled out, I have a whole Mariah Carey section because, like I said to you guys before, Mariah Carey is my favorite. So yeah, it's not a game. But I'm gonna go ahead and put this back now because I also like to keep things in order. All right, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna pull it up. I know this person in the truck next to me is probably like, what the fuck? So see, I got a whole Mariah Carey section. It's like a few pages too. But yeah, so, and that's obviously not all that's in here. But I hope I don't get copyright stricken for playing it, because I did it with good intentions. A lot of us 70s and 80s babies love her. Clean your lens. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know it was dirty. I don't have anything to clean it with. But I think it might be the filter effect that I used to do this stream with. It's a retro. It's called retro. You know, YouTube gives you the ability to use a filter before you do a live stream, and I was like, let me play around with it. Make my face orange for today. We would have been close friends if we went to the same school. Oh, I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. Cynical, you have the see, people just be disregarding traffic. That was almost an accident right there, and that would have been a nasty little T-bone. Anyway, yeah, I'm sure we would have been cool for sure. For sure. I will say that at this stage in my life, I'm a lot more outspoken than I was in school. I was very shy growing up. And I attribute it to being an only child, not having siblings, you know, just being kind of to myself. But as I got older, really, like once I got to college, I started to find my voice a little bit and become a little bit more outspoken and extroverted. Some people would describe me as an introverted extrovert, but I think I'm just a popular loner. Like if you ask people, if I put you in touch with people I went to high school with, they will tell you that they remember me, and I won most cheerful in high school because I got along with just about everybody. But I also was like the girl who would be off to the side kicking a rock by herself because sometimes I just needed that. I love my solitude. I absolutely love my solitude. So yeah, I don't know what kind of girl you were in high school, Cynical, but I'm sure we would have been cool. Bro, why you glazing? Not sure who that's directed towards, but glazing is cool. There's nothing wrong with glazing. The people who say stuff about other people glazing are usually jealous because no one's glazing them. And it's like, yo, everybody deserves to be glazed. Everybody. You deserve to know what it feels like for somebody to fuck with you the long way and to be out loud about it. Now, my mom made pot roast last night, and that's what I had for lunch today. I made the rice because I make rice the best. But I also have my tea. This is Christmas morning tea. I know we ain't nowhere near Christmas, but it's black tea, and I like black tea a lot. So that's what I have to drink this morning, and I'm putting it in my Wawa bag because I don't have a proper lunch bag. So hit the Cash App if you want to donate to my get a proper lunch bag fund. Also, I don't know if y'all like sour candy. I'm gonna turn this off. Hold up, let me turn that off. Okay, yeah, this is what my face really looks like, guys. So I bought these off of the TikTok shop last week. This is black cherry, but they're sugar-free mega sour hard candies. Bro, the minute you put this in your mouth, you're gonna make a face because it is that serious. Someone let me try them, and I was like, ooh, I want to see what another flavor tastes like, because the one they let me try is not a flavor I would have chosen. They're good. I say all of that to say they're good. If you like sour candy, go get you some Pop and Crunch. This is not a paid ad. I give credit when credit's due. If I F with someone, I F with someone. If I think someone's dope, I'll say it. Yeah, I'm the same way. I hate Life Jennings, but thank you for putting that in there. Oh, she said me too. Okay. And if I think someone is whack, I'll also say it. Yeah, for sure. If I think you corny, I'm gonna be like, yeah, you corny. But my opinion is not the only opinion that matters, and I'm clear on that, so it's cool. With that being said, I am going to head into this office and go wreck shop for the day so I can go be great. I hope you all are going to go be great too. And if you're not having a good day yet, it's not too late to start. You all know, if you don't know, I'm about to show you. I like to end my streams this way. And that's with peace, and that's with ease, and that's whatever you please. No offense, Toya, I'd rather be glazed by a woman than a man. And on that note,